Journey to Jaburo, Encounters in Space, MS Saga. That's when they tried to make Turn A Gundam into a Final Fantasy plot.
I actually had
Uh,
the Gundam Dynasty games 1 through 3
right.
back on my
Same here.
Xbox before they went bye bye.
Same here. I have all three Gundam Dynasty Warrior games.
I think the Dynasty Warrior ones were the last ones banned I actually dubbed with Ocean Group, and then they switched over to California ones in New York.
The only Gundam I ever seen was basically the anime. I never played the games, but I tried to with the demos, a couple of demos. I said, well, it's cool, but
I'm such a Gundam fan that going back to what I was saying about not watching anime on Netflix, I broke that rule to watch Hathaway.
Hathaway was awesome, and that's just part one of a three-part series before Tomino retires. Tomino being the Gundam creator himself.
Yeah, Tomino left it in the hands of the youth, and here's the saying: I'm not going to say anything just in case they do keep the original ending of the trilogy. But I joked at various moments because of how dark Gundam got, or like if a certain thing happened, and then I remember, oh, Hathaway Splash. I joked on Twitter, enjoy Hathaway Splash,
That's
everybody.
actually, last I recall, is a continuation from Char's counterattack, because it takes place Universal Century.
Right, and Hathaway Splash takes place sometime after Char's counterattack. Takes place after Gundam Unicorn, in fact, and and it's supposed to, and it's about Noah's son, and how like all the emotions that happened in Char's counterattack, and growing up the son of somebody in a federation that he's slowly disagreeing with, come to a boil.
Yeah. And Char's counterattack was also the last time we saw Amuro and Char Aznavour. Some
Uh,
say they're like turned into psycho frames in the anime, but in the novels they are confirmed dead.
Well, novels have always been separate continuity from the anime, which is why whenever the Hathaway's Flash, everybody joke popped up. But
But
I
in
was looking for
Gundam,
the
yeah, but in
spoilers because
Unicorn
I
they
figured the
did briefly
adaptation.
reappear.
I figured the adaptation was going to be different enough. But for those of you who haven't seen Char, who don't know what we're talking about, uh, basically, in order to wrap Char and Amuro's story up, Tamino, who was in the down phase of his depression, which is why he got all so philosophical in it, had their new type powers, and this MacGuffin made to enhance those powers.
TLDR, basically 14 years after the 1 Year War, Char and Amuro, Char does one last attack on the Earth to like wipe out all humanity.
Yeah, and at the end of the movie, in order to wrap up their story overall, this MacGuffin, known as the Psycho Frame, zaps Char and Amuro, enhance their new type powers, and pretty much just puts them in what I've dubbed Never Never Land.
Or you could just say the negative zone, or the Advent Void to avoid copyright issues. No, wait, that's Kamen Rider.
Yeah. And in Gundam Unicorn, the bad guy Full Frontal is a literal Char clone, but
Char variant, but whatever.
he's the pieces of Char that went through all the mental trauma in Zeta Gundam and Char's counterattack. Basically, the worst elements of Char that keep going to these stupid Char clones.
Never saw Zeta nor Double Zeta because Toonami never got that. But I've heard mostly good things about it.
Well, long story short,
I believe Zeta takes place after the events of 0083.
Yeah, and but Double Zeta I think was not dubbed along with Turn of Gundam, Gundam Victory, and afterward Gundam X.
Zeta was dubbed, but
No,
that's
not Double Zeta, the sequel to Zeta.
Double Zeta was never dubbed, no. But the video games, they were dubbed in video game form as
Yeah,
they were part of the
briefly.
timeline in Dynasty Warriors Gundam But the thing is Jar was put through the ringer in Zeta as far as like his redemption was supposed to go. He's doing the right thing for the right reasons. He's making sure the world is at peace. What could go wrong? Well, a guy he loves like a brother got his nines cooked. And then and then the events of counterattack happened, and those elements made up the literal shark clone full frontal. So, and basically, it just embraced the philosophy part of Gundam a ton.
Yeah, and then there's Gundam IBO, which I enjoyed the first season, but the second one was very brutal. TLDR, Johnny's character and Kyle McCarley end up biting the dust, aka Mikazuki.
Dude, if you go into a Gundam that isn't Bill Fighters and think it's not going to be brutal, I welcome you to your first Gundam experience.
I know brutality when I see it, dude. Heck, I remember seeing Hero self-destruct his Gundam back on Toonami, and the uncut version back on Midnight Run. But that was the first time we had a Gundam, the main Gundam pilot, slaughtered and his Gundam decapitated in Iron Blooded Orphans, as far as I remember.
You have not seen all of Gundam, then?
I've seen a handful of it, but just not the ones that were not on Toonami. I've seen Seed, Seed Destiny, G Gundam, Gundam 00 from Sci-Fi, the Unicorn movies, 1 through 3 of the trilogy, and the origin with Char.
Honestly, but by this point, I mean, outside of Zeta and Double Zeta, Toonami has aired a sizable amount of Gundam, to be fair.
Yeah, I know. That's what I was referring
I don't
to.
think it's fair to tell someone that they haven't, they haven't seen a lot of Gundam if they only watch the Toonami versions. Because I'm like, well, Toonami's kind of covered the spectrum of Gundam. By the way, guys, just quick aside, while you guys are talking about Gundam, I bought this $50 Hayao Miyazaki book at the bookstore today, and I shared it in the tweets. I'm like, oh my goodness, this thing has so much many